Hey Pepper Pizza Eaters, welcome back to my channel. This is Pepper Pizza Chronicles, and today we are having ASADA fries. Yes, guys, we have some ASADA fries. I have the cheese sauce ready to be poured on. So without further ado, let's dig in. All right. Oh, Lord. So, hey, my Purple Pizza Eaters. How are we doing today? Today, we are having ASADA fries. I've been craving these so much. Like, I just don't know. I just been craving them. And I just decided to make them for us today. So, here's a good bite. Let you guys take the first bite. All right. Now, I know this is not the original recipe for ASADA fries, but I've been seeing them made in so many different ways. So this is just my way, okay? Don't come for me in the comments. Sorry. I feel like I'm like not focused, but you guys know me by now. So I know today is Tuesday, and usually we have like treats and sweets, but I've been having really bad PCOS symptoms, so I'm laying off sweets for a little while. And when you have PCOS, you're insulin resistant. So having a lot of sugar isn't very good anyways. I have steak, avocado, fries, and cheese sauce that I end up putting a lot more extra cheese inside. I'll be drinking from my Coldest. If you are trying to enter to win a free Coldest, the giveaway link is at the description below. We still have the giveaway going on, so you guys can hit the link below and sign up for the giveaway. I'm so hungry. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about those things I was talking about earlier, like in my previous videos, like my personal issues that I was dealing with last week, because I feel that you guys should know. You know, I feel like I've been living a lie. So, my husband and I are separated. and we've been separated for almost 2 months now. And I feel so much better now I'm saying it out loud, because it's very difficult to deal with, you know? It was mutual. We just decided, like, hey, this is not working the way we want it to. And my counselor was like, yeah, you should definitely live your truth. Make a video about it. So here I am. There was a lot of things just going on both sides. Like, I take my fault at the role that I played in it too. Excuse me. But as far as like gaslighting, manipulation, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up to have my mind, my mentality played with. I didn't sign up for that. You know, I was like becoming very angry with him, infuriated, like very enraged, you know? Like, once your mental threshold has been compromised, it's like you second guess your own reality. Like, is this really happening? Do I really feel this way? Or like, is this something like just in my mind or what? So I was, you know, seeking therapy since last year because I had, you know, went through a lot. Major death in the family, so forth and so on. So I wanted to get some professional help anyway because I was dealing with that. But under my own nose, there was other things like random bank receipts. I'm like, what's this? You know, he'd say, oh, that's nothing, you know, it's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, really? This is like $2,000, like a lot of money, you know? It's not like $250 where it's like, okay, this is what I took out. No, this is a large transfer. Like, where are you getting this money? Because I'm sure not seeing it. Like, it's not coming to the house. I know that much. I'll make another video going into depth about like why we decided, but there was just a lot. Like, I didn't sign up for it. He didn't sign up for it. We just weren't working. And if it does not work, if it's not working, why continue to be in a relationship that isn't working? Luckily, we figured it out like less than 2 years in versus putting in like 15 years and then finding out they're not that person, or like they're not the person that you thought they were. Excuse me. Oh God. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't you rather know straight away that this person is like a certain way, or like just not? Because we didn't date for very long, and I know a lot of people are like, well, that's why it's not working, because you didn't know each other. But there's some instances where like people meet and like they fall in love and like they don't know each other very well, but then they get to know each other. But over that like that particular amount of time, I'm supposed to know you, you know? Like, usually people take like a year to get to know somebody. Okay, well, we've been married for almost 2 years. In that almost 2 year span, I'm supposed to know you in some way. Like, I'm supposed to get to know you, a different part of you every day. You know, not every, you're not going to know the whole person. Like, you're going to continue to get to know your spouse. It doesn't matter if you've been married for 20 years. It doesn't matter if you've been married for 2 years. You're going to get to know your spouse, period. Like, every day is going to be different. You know, they're going to be a different person. They're going to be different from last year. But I just felt like we weren't hitting our goals. We weren't hitting our pinnacles. We weren't, you know, I went through a time where I just really had a mental breakdown. And I guess he thought I was faking it, or like that I didn't want to work, or I didn't want to do this and that. Like, I physically could not. Like, my mind literally left me, and I'm just stuck, and I felt like I could not get up. Like, I was sitting, like, as if I was sitting down and could not get up. And that's how the depression overtook me. Like, I went through depression, like, bad, like, super bad, to the point where, like, leaving my house scared me. I was riddled with anxiety, and then he thought I was faking it. I wasn't. I would not fake something like that. I wouldn't even try. Like, how can a person keep up an act? Like, oh, let me just pretend to be anxious so then I don't have to go to the store. No. All that was real. Like, very real. I went through some shit. Like, I did. Our last little fight, like, almost 2 months ago. Like, I had just got up in the morning. I was sending, you know, baby girl off to school. And I'm like in the bathroom, using the bathroom, just, you know, doing my morning routine, not even fully awake. I actually had the intention of going back to sleep because I wasn't fully awake. Like, ladies, like, you know, like, you're groggy, you're making it to the bathroom, like, you're just trying to do your business and go. So I'm literally just like, okay. So my daughter's like, okay, mom, can you do my hair? I'm ready for school. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I am like, just give me a minute. I need to just finish up in the bathroom and I'll do your hair. And then all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere like, oh, do you want your hair cut? Do you want this particular barber? Do you want this one? Da, da, da. I'm just like, excuse me, like, I don't care. Like, I didn't use those words. I was just like, can I please get out the toilet? Can I please finish doing what I have to do? Like, can I please just have a moment to where, like, I'm not being bombarded with, like, 21 questions right at this moment? And mind you, I'm still dealing with anxiety and depression, and I feel like bombarded and jumped on. I'm just like, okay. So I did lash out a little bit, but how he reacted was just not cool. You know, he yelled and was screaming. I'm just like, this was not supposed to be like this. And yeah, so we got into it. We didn't get into it right then and there. Baby girl went off to school. And then I'm like, well, can we talk about it? He was ignoring me. So I'm just like doing little silly stuff, trying to get his attention, you know, just, I guess, antagonizing, but like doing it in such a silly way. Like, okay, let me just mess with you because I'm just going to make you happy because that's what I do. You're pissed, but I'm going to make you happy now, you know? So we get into it. Long story short, you know, it was, you know, physical or whatever. We got physical. And we had a moment. We had a moment, but then the moment calmed down. We ended up going later that day, going out to lunch. And I was expressing how this was not going to work because of like the nature of it. It was just really toxic, and I knew it was toxic, and it was toxic on both ends, and I accept that part of me, and I am fixing that part of me because it was not right. It was not me. It was not, you know, what I intended everything to, how everything wasn't supposed to go that way, you know? So I'm like pouring my heart out and expressing how I feel because at the time, it was during the time like a lot of women were getting like murdered by their fiancés and their children's fathers and their husbands. And I'm just like, I don't want that to be me. Like, I don't want to leave my daughter with that burden to like say that somebody took her mom away, you know? I'm not gonna cry right now. No. So, we went in, we had lunch. After I did that, after, you know, I said my P's or whatever, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go take the car to get service because we only have one car. So I'm laying in the bed, and he's like, okay, I'm going now. And I'm like, okay. Didn't think anything of it. He didn't tell me he wanted to separate. He didn't tell me that he wanted to leave. He didn't say anything. And he left. And he's been gone since then, since January the 3rd. You know, it's been a month, going on almost 2 months because this month is almost over. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I'm happy. You know, I'm not going to pretend like, oh, I'm just so, you know, putting on this safe face just to do so. I want to be honest with myself. I want to heal. I want to just be open with everything. And so that is my story. And yeah, my husband and I are separated. And it's hard to say that because I didn't want to believe it at first. So yeah, that's the story. I don't condone any form of domestic violence or domestic abuse. I think all forms are absolutely wrong. And if you are a victim of domestic violence, whether you're a man or a female, I have a link in the description below. It's a hotline, and you can remain anonymous and get the help that you need. At least I admit when I'm wrong, though. I can say, hey, I have accountability. Like, I'm responsible for X, Y, and Z. Him, on the other hand, no. He finger points and blames and says, you know, I'm an abuser. He says that I am the abuser. I'm an abuser. I'm a manipulator. I'm all of this. But like, I have actual proof that he is a liar and a manipulator. He just doesn't want to believe it. And then after every single fight, I would be like, okay, well, I'm going to record you so your friends know who you are. He would wrestle me for the phone. He would like physically snatch my phone out of my hand. Like, yoink, you're not doing anything. You're not telling people anything. Why? Why? You're so quick to call me a monster. Why not? Why not show people what you're doing and who you are? You know, I used to get threats all the time that he would do stuff to me and like harm me and like nobody would know, all kinds of stuff. Like, dude, like, I'm so glad not to be dealing with that anymore. I'm so happy. I'm so happy not to be dealing with that anymore. My daughter doesn't have to deal with it anymore. She doesn't have to walk on eggshells. But, yep, that's my story. That's what I've been dealing with for the past month and a half. All through January, when I was making all those videos, I was separated. Yeah, Valentine's Day, yeah, I was separated too. And I'm sorry for lying. I'm sorry for putting on a mask and pretending to be something I wasn't. Now I feel like I'm busted out of my shell and I am who I want to be, and I am becoming more myself after being in something that made me lose a chunk of myself. I vow to not do that again. I can only learn from it. I can only grow from it. But I can't change it. I can only learn and I can only grow and let that be that, you know? But did anyone watch Walking Dead? Child. If you did not watch Walking Dead, can you just please click off the video? I'll give you 2 seconds. What the hell was Carol thinking? What was she thinking? Girl. Carol. Really? What the heck was she thinking? You can't beat a person in their own backyard. Come on. They know those woods more than you. Come on. That's where they dwell. Are you nuts? Oops. Thank you guys so much for tuning in into today's video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I post. And thank you guys so much for being my supporters. Thank you guys so much for coming back to view my content. There's going to be more content, to come. There's going to be more of me, you know, being myself, not pretending to be someone I'm not, you know. I'm really feeling good. I feel good. It's a new day. It's a new start. A new month is approaching, you know, more things to come. And until next time, my purple pizza eaters, peace.